So I'm gonna ask you this question: is it fair at this point in time to give Dak the label of a playoff choke artist?
You can label him that now because he's choked in the playoffs the last few years. The
I think
whole
he's
fucking
2-4
team.
in playoff games.
I mean, two and
Something like
five,
that. Two and
two and
five.
five. So he's 2-5. I mean, but I'm not gonna sit here and say that Dak is the problem because yesterday, when you just look at that game, bro, the whole team was the problem. The whole coaching
Whole
staff
was a
was the
problem, but
problem.
you started with Dak gets 40% of that.
He gets 40% of the blame because he's the quarterback. So we praise the quarterback when he does good. We have to shit on him when he does bad. And he
Yes,
was bad yesterday.
he was
I mean,
beyond bad.
you can label him whatever you want to fucking label him, bro. Like we at this point, I think we should be at the point of okay, we've seen what you can do and what you can't do, and we need to move. We should have moved. We should move on. Whatever we have to eat, we gotta eat. We gotta find the next guy. Like you've been here 8 years. I don't want to stick with you anymore. And
We've seen
I'm
his
not
ceiling. We've seen
like
the ceiling for Dak Prescott.
I mean, bro,
What else can he do
you
better?
you you could have said that it's been like this. It's been a roller coaster. We seen him
Yeah,
do good his rookie year.
yeah,
The second year he was trash. Uh, I think the third year was that the Amari Cooper picking him up halfway through the season, or was that the year?
yes,
So the third year we saw this and this, and this was at the end of the season, and then we've seen this and it. The next year he got hurt. I
yeah.
think that was the 20 season.
Mhm.
So when you look at the last 3 years, bro, this statistically, this was the best year that he's had. And he threw for more yards the year before. I think more touchdowns the year before, and more interceptions the year before. But statistically, because the interceptions were low, the touchdowns were they decreased slightly, and the yards total yards stayed about the same. So I don't look to me, it just comes down to I've seen 8 years of you, Dak, and I like you. Like I don't have a I like you better than the majority of the quarterbacks that we've had. Well, every
You've
quarterback that
been
we've had
probably the big
the
you
last
and,
10 years.
Julio have been the biggest proponents of Dak. I'll openly admit that. Like you
I
believe
mean,
in him way more than I ever have or ever
that's
will.
because the
I think.
argument that you and Jay would make is trying to compare him to Romo, bro. And when you look at everything in totality, you can say they won the same amount of playoff games, but we've been to the playoffs more with that.
They're the
We only
same
got
player,
there.
fam. They're the
We
same
got
player.
there. No, they're not the same player,
They're
bro.
the same player.
They are not the
You
same.
know what the
Yeah, well,
difference is?
you know what? I'll give you that because earlier on, you didn't say that they were the same player. You said Romo was better, and that's just not the case.
No, but like I said, I'm not trying to take any credit away from Dak as far as is he a garbage player? No. I still firmly do believe he is, I've said in the past, he is a manager, a bus driver. And you look at this guy and we've gotten the best out of him that we're going to get. The bottom line is and you can tell me if I'm lying, is he chokes in the playoffs. He cannot win a big game against a big team. And he's proven to you that ultimately, when the lights are the brightest, he mentally fades. He's not there for that. And I do put the emphasis back on he's a fourth round draft pick. What do you want from him? He's not a number one. He's not a number two. He's a fourth round draft pick that I feel like overplayed his draft.
Bro, I'm gonna be honest. I don't think that where you get drafted even fucking matters at this point. Like you could say that it mattered back in the '90s because look at look at okay, go back to the '90s.
Go back
You
to the
can you
'80s when you had that big quarterback draft class.
I mean, I'm not even just talking quarterbacks, bro. I'm just saying players overall, like the evolution of the players. Like players have evolved substantially since the drafting, where you draft them matters. Because we drafted Mozzie Smith in the first round, and we probably could have got him in the third.
We
We
drafted
drafted,
Taco Charlton
there you go, in the first
instead of
round.
TJ Watt.
And we probably could have drafted him in the fucking sixth round.
We could have got him as an
So,
undrafted free agent, bro.
like, I think in these days and times, bro, where you draft, it, it matters, but not so much as what it used to, because
Yeah.
the where was where was damn, what's the guy's name, bro? I can't think of his name right now, but I'll come back to that. But at the regarding where you drafted, as far as the quarterback, bro, I don't necessarily think it matters where you pick them up at, because we've seen history tell us that you can find an undrafted quarterback. I think that was Kurt Warner, who was all time great. You can find the Tony Romo. Like, I shit on Tony Romo a lot, but he was a pretty decent quarterback as far as when he was healthy. He was pretty decent. He was
Right.
up there in conversation, being top 10 statistically. Do I think he's top 10? Absolutely fucking not. But you cannot neglect the fact that he was there. Um, hell, even fucking Tom Brady. Tom Brady was a sixth rounder?
He was a seventh, I
He
believe.
was a seventh rounder, and he won 6 Super Bowls. Now that's the anomaly, because
I was
I
gonna say a
mean,
lot of the guys you listed are anomalies. I'll also go the other way to say, just because you're drafted in the first round doesn't mean you're going to be a success. You look at guys like
yeah,
Jameis
yeah.
Winston,
Boom.
Marcus
I was just about to
Mariota.
get to that.
Um,
Fucking
who was the guy that
uh
played in Oakland? Russell.
Derek
Was it
Carr.
Jamarcus Russell?
Oh yeah, Jamarcus Russell.
Bruh.
Fucking. I mean, I'll even go as far as to say the quarterback for the Jags right now, bro. It's Trevor
Trevor
Lawrence.
Lawrence. I don't.
Waste
I
of a
don't think
fucking pick.
Trevor's a bust, but I don't think he can
Uh,
stay healthy either.
bust. I'll say it right here. Bust. But as far as Dak is concerned, bro, I don't think he outplayed his I don't think he outplayed where he was drafted. I think he played to the level that we've seen him play, because he took his fucking college team to number one in the nation when he was playing there, I think his senior year. So I just think that we've seen enough of him, and we didn't do enough when we had before we paid him to try to get to the Super Bowl. And
Yeah.
then when we did do enough, we did it with draft picks, and we had to wait for it to develop. And we bargained for players like we always fucking do. Because what's the saying, bro? When they're young and they playing good, add the pieces then.
Yeah.
So we didn't fucking do it. We wasted time. We ran the shit out of Zeke and Cuddle. Like, just
Garrett
find
Garrett took all the tread off those tires and said, "If I'm out, I'm burning
you
into the
out.
ground. I'm burning
So
into the ground."
I think at this point, bro, you just gotta, like, I don't like none of the quarterbacks that's coming out this year, bro. And I'm not a big college fan, but I went back and looked at each quarterback that's coming out. That's going to be a first round pick, or at least in the top 10. I don't really like any of them to draft. And then along with that, you got to wait for them to develop again. So we
Yeah.
basically going to be in rebuild.
So
So,
what do you do with that? Have we
uh,
seen enough of
how,
Dak to say, you know what, it's time to move on. We're gonna eat it, and that's just what it is.
bro, how I feel right now, I want to cut Dak, I want to cut McCarthy, and I'm cutting, releasing Dan Quinn. Like, get everybody the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
Get
Hey,
everybody out of here, bro.
what do you I mean, me personally, I feel like we've seen enough of Dak. I do feel like, hey,
I'll go
even if
pick
we
up
have
Russ.
Dak next year, we're still gonna suck. Like, we'll do good enough to make the playoffs, and then we're gonna suck in the playoffs and be bounced. So to me, I'd rather just be like, you know what? Let's start to try to figure out our future. I don't want to recommit to this dude long term, pay him 60 plus mils because that's what he's gonna want, and be stuck with him knowing that we're never gonna get past a certain point in the playoffs because we've seen it. We've seen it. He's shown it to us repeatedly. Stop not believing it. Stop not
I,
believing what he's shown you.
I would go pick up Russ. That's what I would do. I'll go get
For
Russ.
like 2 years,
Yeah, I'll go get Russ. I would go get Russ, bro.
like an
But
intermediary until we can draft a decent quarterback.
we gotta find. But all of these pieces are gonna depend on what we do coaching wise.
Yeah.
Um, uh, I mean, like I said, bro, I sat here and said, I think it was like week 14, 13, 14, that, we got to give Mike McCarthy some credit because he has Dak Prescott playing better than he ever has. I hate to give up on a guy, and it may be a lot of emotion talking right now about releasing him, because I do think that Mike McCarthy did his job as far as when it comes to Dak Prescott playing better. But we got
But
to the
he's
postseason,
not
and
just in charge
everybody,
of Dak. He
he's in
encompasses the
charge of the
whole
team.
team.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's over the whole team, which
Yeah.
is why I was saying we got to the playoffs and we choked. Like we couldn't stop a nosebleed in the run game. We couldn't stop the fucking pass to save our
We didn't
lives.
piss a drop in the playoffs, bro. We
And we
just
couldn't get any fucking thing going offensively until they backed off and let us go down the field and score. Like we scored maybe once that we went
yeah.
down there and took it. So
And had hell with that because really they should have called
yeah,
a
they
offensive false start
false start.
on
Tyler
Tyler
Smith.
Smith.
Yeah. So at this point, bro, I've seen enough of every fucking body.
Hey,
Everybody.
what do you think about Micah? They were interviewing him talking about how Dan Quinn might be on the outs, like he's going to Seattle, blah blah blah. And Micah said he kind of chuckled and he was like, "Well, maybe he'll take me with him."
Bye.
Bye bye, bitch.
I mean,
Like
look,
as a leader, you don't want to hear that from one of your
bro,
leaders.
but that's the thing, bro. I think you got the wrong idea about who the leaders are. The leaders aren't always the best players on that specific side of the ball, because
But
the
you
actual
got
leader
young
of the
guys in that
defense
locker
is
room
DeMarcus
that I
Lawrence.
promise you look up to Micah and are like, if Micah's not committed, why should we be committed? If Micah doesn't buy in fully, should we be buying in fully?
Bro,
Because you may not want to be the leader, but damn it, you're the leader. You may not want to
but
be the
that's
guy
what I'm
that's
saying, bro. The leader of the defense, and this is what I be telling you about the culture here, bro. You would think that the leader of your team would be the best player that's on that side of the ball. You
right.
know what I'm saying? Like, go back to the early Cowboys days. Who's the leader of the offense?
Troy. It
There
was
you
Troy
go.
and Michael.
Who
Michael
who
was the
was the leader of
emotional
the
leader.
who was the leader of the defense?
It was Woody. It was Ken Norton.
There you
It
go.
was Charles Haley,
Haley.
Dion.
Hell, you can say Dion when he
Yeah.
played. So, and who they were, what, the best players on your team, right? But when you look at who the leader is on this team, it's not Micah Parsons, bro. As far as defensively, you could point to
It was
Jaron
Curse.
Curse
I think Curse was the guy that everybody wanted
to
to
be the
say
leader.
officially.
Yeah, like you could point to Curse, you could point to D Law because he's been here the longest. Like, yeah, people looking up to Micah, bro, but what are you looking up to him for? He has 14 sacks, 13 sacks
Ain't
a
done
season.
shit.
He just broke that this year.
Yeah.
You lead the league in pressure rate, but didn't get a pressure in the playoffs.
No
So
sacks.
I question if he's the leader of the defense or not, bro. Yeah, he leads them in statistics,
Yeah.
but does he lead
Like I said
them?
weeks back, he starts out like a house of fire, and by the end of it, he's fizzled out.
Yeah, bro. Like, but that goes back to, like I was just saying, bro. You you didn't have a question about who was the leader on the 99 2000 Ravens. You knew
Right.
who the leaders were. every
Ray,
fucking Ray,
Shannon,
yeah, Shannon, Ray.
Goose.
You didn't question who the leaders were.
Right.
We questioned who the leaders are on this team defensively. Now, when you look at, like, I look at a lot of pregame stuff that the Cowboys put in, the content that they put out, and who's talking in the huddles, bro, before the game? D-Law,
Tank,
Curse, Dak
Zach
does it for
Martin,
the offense,
Zach Martin for the offense.
Zach Martin. Like, I don't. It doesn't. That doesn't fire. Like, Tank will fire me up because he's like hit a motherfucker in the mouth. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That'll fire me up. But Micah doesn't fire me up, bro. He's like real nonchalant. Like, there's no excitement.
Micah's a. I mean, I hate to put it out there, bro, but Micah at this point comes across to me like a, I'm gonna get mine. Y'all go get yours.
Yeah, like, but we need you to get yours, bro. And you
Yeah.
haven't been getting yours.
No.
Like, you went. The best players don't go 3-4 games without a sack, bro. They don't
Sure
do that.
don't.
Lawrence
The,
Taylor
the
didn't do
best
that.
players don't go games where you don't even get a tackle. You don't register on the stat sheet.
Yeah. I mean, we could talk about all the holding penalties, but there's more than one play in a game.
Bro, you ain't the
And
only
you're
one getting held, I promise you.
and you're on the field 55 to 60 plays, especially the way the offense has been playing. You've probably been out there 70 fucking plays. So there's just no, it's sad, bro, when they can scheme and say he's lighting ass, run the ball at him. He can't stop it,
Ultra
especially when
light in
he's
the
playing
ass.
defensive end. Now,
Right.
if he's off ball and he's able to find the ball, I'm confident that he could play that style of defense, maybe even better than what he's playing defensive end. I think we got caught up in, he came on strong as a rookie, 10 sacks in, well, I think it was like 10 sacks in 8 games his rookie year. Came on strong as a rookie, bro, and then finished with 13 sacks. That's that. Finished with 13 sacks the next year. That's that. Finished with
13 and a
14
half.
sacks. 13. Shit, they just be giving motherfuckers a half.
He
They
put
give
his hand
anybody
on
a
him.
half.
That's a half.
Yeah, like, you didn't even have to fall down to get half that. All you had to do was touch him.
Yeah.
The other guy made the tackle. Just touch
Yeah.
him. You get
You
half.
just tell him half. Give him half.
So, yeah, bro, like, I don't look at Micah as the leader of the defense, bro. When I think of the leader of the defense, I'm thinking of a D-Law, a J-Ron Curse, somebody that's going to get you fired up. And when you think about that, when you put that into perspective, that's kind of fucked up to say because
Hey,
they're
and
not the best players that are on the defense.
who else is the leader on that defense, and he wasn't there this year, is Trey Diggs.
Yeah. But I don't even look at him as somebody that's going to fire me up, bro. Like, it was cool. It was, funny to see him in the I think it was training camp when he told Dak, shut your bitch ass up. Yeah, that's cool when they get out there and they playing like that, bro. But I'm thinking of somebody like they getting it pregame. The guys huddled up, they giving the
Yeah.
pregame speech. We messing up in the game. They on the sideline. Bring it in. Everybody lock the fuck in. Go out there and do your job. Like, everybody sitting around like this.
That doing this number, he like,
Yeah, like nobody knows what the fuck is going on, bro. And it's ridiculous. Like, y'all can't figure out the answer for anything. Like, you sitting over there looking at the fucking the tablet, bro. Play the game the way that you've been playing it the whole year.
trust what you're seeing. Play what you've been playing. Do what you've been doing. Believe in yourself. Believe in your process, because ultimately that's what I feel like is we went out there. We didn't believe in what we had been doing. We felt like it was just too
At
big
all.
for us, and we just basically shit the bed. So
It's different
I
when
feel
you get
like
to the defensive side of the ball, bro. It's different because you have to play the scheme. You know what
right.
I'm saying? So the product that we put out there yesterday, they had to play that there's not really a way that they can say, you know what, fuck what he calling. I'm gonna call it on the field. You do this. Everybody do this, because you have to play the scheme. And what did we go out there and put out there? Zone defense that we never fucking played.
All
We
kinds of
never
bull
play
jive.
zone, bro.
All kinds of
So,
bull jive.
hey man, you know, we can sit here and debate it all day long, bro. And I'm pretty sure we'll pick this up again when we
I'm
go
pretty
back
sure.
and find some more things that they fucked up. But
Right.
you know, my mom always told me, bro, it's three sides to the truth. It's your side, they side, then it's the truth. And we
Somewhere
ain't
in the
gonna
middle.
find the truth in the amount of bullshit that we saw yesterday.
Right. So I think ultimately, as a Cowboys fan, me personally, this is what I want. I want Mike McCarthy gone. Dan Quinn, bye bitch.
Gone.
Micah Parsons,
You can go with them.
you may think I'm crazy. At this point, I'm like, hey, let's trade Micah and get some pieces. Y'all like to draft. Go get some ones for him. Why not?
Yeah.
If he ain't fully committed, he could go,
I
because
mean,
that's
it
what we
ain't
need. We need dudes that are going to be fully committed and ready to rock and roll. We don't need guys that are 1 foot in, 1 foot out, guys that are not willing to show up at the end of the game and talk to the media, but your ass will be on your podcast the next day or the day after talking all kinds of shit, talking about the day before you shitting on somebody on your podcast about or on your ex, talking about, oh look, we play like this, uh, we got to get better effort than that. And then what did y'all do? Y'all gave up all the points. So don't talk shit and then go out and do the same shit you was talking shit about.
bro.
So Micah,
He
trade his ass. Go get some players for him. Quinn, you're gone. Mike, you're gone. And let's figure out what we're gonna do from here. Pay CD his money. He's established himself as a number one.
I mean,
Dak,
damn, bro, you just wait. You just shitted on Dak for going out there playing like hot fucking trash yesterday. And what did CD do?
I mean, CD dropped some balls. He dropped 3, I think. He had 3 drops. But
Yeah, bro.
but
Uncharacteristic.
that exactly my point. Uncharacteristic of CD. I'll give you that.
No.
We've seen this shit from
Uncharacteristic.
Dak
Bro, we've
repeatedly.
seen CD drop fucking passes.
No, we had not
His
like
first,
that, bro. Not
bro,
in the playoffs.
bro. Are you fucking serious?
Yes,
Go back and look at the San Fran playoff game.
bro.
I promise you.
I'm
I
I'm
fucking
telling I'm
promise you,
telling you now, bro. And CD he's still young, fam. Like we don't have
bro.
8 years of tape on CD.
You don't need 8 years of tape to know what a
We
player
needed
is,
8
bro.
on Dak
I'm
to
not
see that
trying to.
he ain't the one. You needed it. I didn't. You
I
needed
didn't
it.
fucking need it. I still look, bro. I still, you know what? I ain't about to get into the Dak argument again, bro, because we're talking about CD number one. Number one, bro. Go back and look at the San Fran playoff game, and I guarantee fucking to you the CD Lamb dropped some passes. We could go back through the group text and see where CD dropped some passes, bro. That's number one. Number two, we've seen CD drop passes in the regular fucking season. We talked about it the first 5 games of this season. We've seen him drop passes in the latter part of the season, bro. The only reason that we didn't talk about it more is because one, we won the game, and two, they covered it up because Dak was playing great. The bro, you're like the person that, you know, the receiver dropped the ball, it's the quarterback's fault. They should have hit him right
No,
there
bro.
in the
If you
eight and
put
the
it,
eight, in the eight and the
if he
fucking
ain't
eight.
having to do all this and do
But you
all
have to do
this,
all that, bro.
I mean,
You have to
bro,
do that. We've seen
bro.
Gallup make immaculate fucking catches, bro.
We've also seen Gallup be the same
Drop
fucking
fucking passes, bro.
body catching ass that he is.
So my point is that it's the age-old saying: the ball hits your hands, you gotta catch the ball. Period. It hits your hands, bro. You gotta catch it.
So you
But
saying CD could go too?
Yeah, fuck CD. Fuck
What do
CD,
we?
bro.
You can't say fuck
Bro,
CD when we ain't got nothing. Like that's what I'm saying. Like, bro,
bro,
CD
you want to
is
draft?
not a bad
Draft
wide
somebody.
receiver, fam. He's
No,
not a
he's
bad wide
not bad. I'm
receiver.
not saying he's bad, bro. I'm not saying he's bad, but I'm also not saying he's Michael Irvin.
When all
He's
said and done, I think he's gonna be better than Mike.
come on, bro. He'll have better receiving yards because what do we
The
do
game,
more in this game, in this
yeah,
day and age in the game? We throw the ball more. So everybody's gonna have better. Everybody got better pass yards than Troy because when they
yeah.
throw the ball more, like it's not that the run game is abandoned. It's we've devalued the running back until you need the fucking running back.
Which we needed all year. Tony Pollard, he can go. Hey, we got a video coming out. Matter of fact, we're gonna grade the draft class that came out. And we're gonna just kind of see like based on the grades. Will McClay could take his ass somewhere with this last draft
Nah,
class.
bro. Look, no shit on him. Don't. I know this last draft class was fucking terrible, bro. And
Garbage.
I think I, I'm gonna put it on Jerry because Jerry said the buck stopped with him. The buck stops with him. So he had to have wanted these players where we drafted them, like drafting Van Der Esch in the first round,
Bro, we
drafting
drafted
Taco
CD
Charlton in the
because
first round.
Jerry's grandson said CD's available. Go get
Yeah,
CD.
but go back to drafting Zach Martin. We drafted Zach Martin because Steven said we're not taking Johnny Manziel. We need offensive line. Draft
We
Zach
would have had
Martin.
8 Super Bowls with Johnny Manziel by now.
And with that, we thank you guys for tuning in.
Yes.
Stick with us during the depressing Mondays because the season is over.
Hey,
It's officially
Cowboys are
over.
finished. Yeah, the Cowboys are done. We're gonna see what other content we can get out there for you guys. We're gonna try to be a little more active in the off season. I'm sure as these decisions are made or not made within the by the end of this week, I feel like we should have a clear understanding of who's staying, who's going, at least coaching wise. And we'll bring you guys that coverage. But thank y'all for sticking with us, for sticking around this long to the end of the video. And we will catch you in the next one. So with that being said, peace.